on, you guys? It's your girl Amber Lachey, and welcome back to the Leo Lounge. It's been a minute since I've been on here, but I came back with someone who's very special to me.
It's Victoria, aka Tori. Me and Amber, we've been friends for like, what, 17
Ooh,
years? Can I even do math right
I
now?
can't do math, but we'll say 2000 and what, 4, 5? Today we're drinking two things. We've got sparkling cider, and I've also got this ashwagandha drink.
Mm.
So I think I need it right now
Is that a
because
caffeine drink?
it's not caffeine.
Oh,
It's like a de-stressor. So like
okay.
it'll like calm my nerves a little bit since I am a little nervous. The thing that's making this episode very vulnerable is the fact that me and you always have these conversations, but it's never recorded.
Yeah.
It's only heard and seen between the both of
Yeah.
us. And we've been talking about this for a long time that we wanted to get something recorded because our conversations they get really deep.
Yeah. They
And
go there.
they really do. And that's what I just love about our relationship because it's almost like having a therapy session each time. With that being said, what does love mean to you?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're starting off deep.
Oh my gosh. Locked and loaded. Yeah. Whatever I say right now I could probably expound on that
That's
upon
true.
conversations,
That's
but
true.
I think right off the bat is being seen.
Mm.
The one thing that I always have shared through the years with people is everybody wants to be seen, but no one wants to be found out. So I think it's just like we want you to see us, but we don't want you to see our ugly sides,
Oh
or we
my
don't want you to
gosh, that's
see
deep.
we don't want you to see the areas that we mask. We try so hard to mask. But then how do
Mm.
people really get a chance to know us? So I just think sometimes, with love being unconditional and, all that cliche crap,
Mm-hmm.
with love being unconditional, you have to learn to love someone even in their most vulnerable, their most weakest.
Mm-hmm.
But I would just say, yeah, right now, what my answer is at this very moment is being seen,
Mm.
being understood, and having the freedom to be.
Just to be yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think we take for granted that being around people who allow us and give us a space to truly, authentically be ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. You have to build that relationship
Yeah.
over time to understand me on a deeper level. You have to understand me on a spiritual level, um, understand where I've came from, all my trauma,
Yeah.
and understand why I am the way that I am, and then also help me work through it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a deep form of love, like how we've helped each other grow in so many ways. I feel like people don't talk about love comes in so many forms.
Yeah.
It's not just one type of love. And I think everyone needs to really appreciate those who stick around and see you through
Yeah.
all your growth.
Mm-hmm. The good, bad, and the ugly.
Mm-hmm.
The snotty nosed, teary cried, ugly face contorted. Yeah, I was like,
For
if you see me
sure.
in those
Right. And
moments,
you're still around?
yeah,
Wow, kudos to you.
yeah. Even in our, disagreements, and we
Mm-hmm.
had a few
Mm-hmm.
back in the
We
day.
definitely did.
Yeah,
But I think,
those are short lived.
no, they were.
You know,
They were always short lived.
yeah,
But I think we were just meant to be in each other's lives. And I think that it just shows
yeah,
it over the years. It really does.
yeah,
I've, questioned a lot of people
yeah,
throughout my time, and I've never had to question you.
yeah.
That's just
Mm,
something it's just never been a
yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah. Me too,
You
girl.
know,
Me
you've
too.
showed up in so many ways that I'm just so grateful,
Yeah.
you know.
Been that wing
Mhm.
for sure,
Mhm.
and I think sometimes there's like a whole new meaning of family,
Yeah.
and it's just like, and I remember someone shared this with me some time ago where like you can have your family that you were born with and you can have your chosen family. And I
Yeah.
feel like the fact that we've been in each other's lives for all this
I
time,
know.
like we are choosing each other every
That's true.
day,
That is very
you
true.
know? So I was
Yeah.
like, I want you to be in my life. I mean,
Right.
yeah, my mama, my daddy, and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm stuck with you.
All right. I ain't got no choice but y'all.
I gotta work it out. But no, like I am choosing,
It's a choice
you
every
know?
single time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that feels so good. Like even just hearing that, like who doesn't want to hear those
Yeah.
things, you know? Like
Yeah.
I think people need to not focus so much on the romantic love.
Yeah.
And that's something I've been trying to grow through, because sometimes you feel like you're lacking love when you're not. Maybe in this area, yes, but
Mhm.
altogether, you can't say that you're not loved or someone's not showing love for you. And I think
Mhm.
that's something that's been huge for me, like as of lately.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that's where like a healthy community comes in too,
Mm-hmm.
because you get like those romantic loves only go so far. There's love from friendships
Mm-hmm.
that romantic love cannot
Yeah.
provide all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that puts too much, in my personal opinion, that puts too much pressure on romantic love to be able to be everything for one
Mm-hmm.
person.
Yeah,
You
one
know,
person can't be everything for
yeah.
anybody.
I mean, and at the same time, the person is always evolving. So even if that person was
Mm-hmm.
able to be that everything for that one person, then, years down the road, that everything is redefined.
Right. Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you don't grow together, and that's something I learned too with, a previous relationship. It's like if you're not both growing together, it's
Yeah.
bound to fall apart.
Yeah.
And it's not even like about hard feelings or anything. It's just, one person may be growing more and the other's fine with staying where they're at, or they're supposed to stay where they're at. I don't,
Yeah. Yeah. But then kind of going back to the whole defining what love is, like
Mhm.
even when someone is not growing at that level,
Mhm.
then maybe that's an area that they still need to deal with.
Yeah.
I've realized as of lately how childish I still am,
Mhm.
and I'm grateful that like, my husband sees me in these areas that I'm like, "Mm, you still love me through this."
Yeah.
Even though sometimes I act like I'm still in high school.
I mean, I think we all have a bit of that.
You
I'm
know,
saying?
it's like on the outside, I look cool, calm, and
I look
collected.
like I have my life
I
together.
got my life together. Okay. All of my T's are crossed.
Mhm.
All of my I's are dotted,
No,
but
I have
really
my
I'm a hot
moments.
mess.
Yep,
Yeah.
we all have our moments, and I
Hmm.
think, depending on what we're still healing from, it's going to show that things are going to show where we still need work.
Yeah.
And that's just, I think that's normal. And whether somebody believes that you're worth it or not, then that's really what it comes down to. And not to say that nobody's worthy, because
Yeah.
that's not even the case too.
Yeah.
It's more of a perspective.
I was watching a video this morning. They said this is what healing feels like, and it was a glass full of orange juice,
Hmm.
and they put it over some running water under the sink, and it just kept going. It probably took 5 minutes for that orange juice to finally be fizzled out and
Yeah.
turned into water. So you slowly saw the
Oh
transition of
gosh.
it going from like deep concentration to
Hmm.
finally like clearing up. And I'm just, and of course, people in the comments like, "Oh, I wasted my time." No, but
You really didn't.
seriously,
Yeah, that's true. Healing is a forever thing.
yeah,
It'll get easier, I do believe, over time, but then I think there's going to be moments that just re-trigger your triggers.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
something traumatic can happen. It can re-trigger something that happened 20 years ago. I just don't think there's no rhyme or reason.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's just it
It
is what
almost
it
just like
is.
unlocks it.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you were protecting yourself and you were
Mhm.
kind of just like, let me put that in the deep
Yeah.
file back there.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
gonna even think about it.
Yeah.
And then something triggers it to come up and it's like, okay, I guess it's time to heal
Mm,
again from
mhm.
this. And it just continues, I guess.
So my son and I, we have been working on finding new ways to bond, and we recently started watching Stranger Things again.
Oh, I
And
love
so,
Stranger Things. You know how I
yes.
feel about
Oh
that.
my gosh, I just don't ever want it to end. But we just finished season 4 again, and like how Elle had to go through the whole remembering what
Mm-hmm.
happened. And she went
Mm-hmm.
all these years
Mm-hmm.
believing that she was the one that killed all these
Cause
people,
yep, I know.
and
Yeah.
stuff, and just, having to
Uh,
go deep into that. So it's just a reminder of like how traumatic, how trauma will sometimes make you forget things or
mm-hmm.
almost like contort your memory,
That's true.
you know?
I think we tend to be, well, we're hard on ourselves in general. So even when something wasn't our fault, we tend to
Mhm.
blame ourselves. And
Mhm.
so our mind kind of tricks us sometimes
Yeah.
of believing that it was our fault for XYZ,
Yeah.
And it is until you've really overanalyzed everything to come to a conclusion of like, wow, I literally had no say so in how this even played out,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. You know what also sometimes helps me kind of get back into refocus is when another issue comes up.
Hmm.
then it almost gives me, because another issue comes up, I don't have time to deal with the other issue. And
Yeah.
then because I don't have time to deal with the other issue, I'm able to see it from a different perspective. I'm like,
Oh,
wow,
interesting.
I've really thought this is what it was, and it really wasn't
So
that.
it takes something else to kind of.
Yeah. I'm not saying that's a
Oh,
good thing, but like
right, right.
sometimes
Hmm.
I've had that happen to me before too. Like go through another issue, and then the other issue that I thought was a big issue, and I had
Hmm.
built up this whole narrative
Yeah,
that something was against me or
yeah.
and this and that, and it really wasn't.
It's
And
like,
I'm
oh,
just like,
actually,
girl, you tripping? Like,
yeah.
get it
I be
together,
making up shit in my own head. I'm not gonna lie. I've been having all kinds of stories in my head of what
right?
I think happened. This
Yeah.
happened, and then it'd be like, oh, it wasn't even.
It wasn't even. It wasn't even. I had to go through all of those motions though, you know. And then you sit and think to yourself, it's just like, where am I in this?
Yeah. Where? Oh, what was my role in?
What was my role in
Yeah.
this? Yeah. What was my role? Did I just not speak up enough?
Ooh, boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Did I not speak up enough?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, yeah. It's like because I don't have clearly
Hmm.
defined boundaries,
Yep.
sometimes I'm left to just assume that people know what I'm thinking,
Hmm.
know what I'm feeling.
And we have to get over the whole assuming that people know
Yeah.
what we're feeling and thinking, and
Yeah.
that's something that's actually was really hard for me
Yeah.
because for whatever reason I think we're all like this, but it's like you should just know.
Yeah.
If you know me, you should just know, and that's not the case. That's not fair for
Yeah.
an individual who really doesn't know
Yeah.
if you don't speak up about it. And
Yeah.
that's one thing I feel like a lot of us in our 30s right now are like learning what is our boundaries and
Yeah.
what does that look like for
Yeah.
us and how does that play a huge role in our lives. Because if you don't have boundaries, and that's for everybody, I'm not just talking about women,
Mm-hmm.
you you open up the world to just run all over you.
Yeah.
And then you're mad
But
at the end.
then, but in small, subtle ways though.
Ooh, yeah.
So therefore, by the time it does get big, you can't
Mm,
even recognize that this is such a big crossing.
that's a good point. Because yeah, it
Because
could be little
overt,
things. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
someone is not going to
Oh,
overtly just,
true.
you
Very
know,
true.
oh shit, can I take your car?
Right. For
You know what I
yeah, it's
mean?
just one time. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
for just
yeah,
like an
yeah.
extreme. It's all
Mm.
subtle in small, subtle ways. So that by the time someone asks to borrow your car, who you really don't need to let your car, I'm just
Right.
using that as an example,
No, that's
but
a great example.
you know,
That's a very good
you know,
example.
then you're like, oh yeah, it's nothing because
And
it's just
yep.
the small little
And then
buildups.
the one time you say no, then they looking at you crazy,
Right.
like as if it's their car to be driving in the first place.
Right. Like, how dare you?
Wait a minute. How did we get from
Yeah.
because you asked every once in a while and you said yes every time. So when the one time you say no,
Hmm.
now you're the bad guy.
But then you said something that was a good trigger, not trigger, but a buzzword once in a while.
Yeah.
Because if it's consistent, that also I
Hmm.
also feel like that leads to, you know, like dissatisfaction quickly.
Yeah.
But because it's once in a while,
Yeah. You're like,
then it's just
uh,
like that the person who's always crossing, they need
hmm,
to like they're doing this little like give and take
hmm,
time and time
yeah.
again, you know, it's just like, all right,
And they may or may not know that they're doing that too. I
true,
don't put it past people
true,
sometimes. It's
true,
where
true,
it's
true.
like, oh, it's been some time. I can ask again, or
Yeah.
I can,
Yeah.
you
That's why you
know.
gotta open up. Open
Yeah,
up and
that's
say
true.
something like, hey, you know what, this is what I'm
Right.
noticing. Oh, that's not my intent. You know what?
Mm.
Let's talk about intent.
Let's go there.
Okay, because millennials are definitely our generation. We're doing a lot of growing from
Hmm.
like our previous generation. There's rhyming reasons for why our previous generation, our parents and
Yeah.
their parents did what they did. And we're trying to heal through some of those
Hmm.
like traumas. But one of the biggest things that I keep seeing like all through social media is intent. It was like, well, no, that wasn't my intent. You know what? Not being your intent isn't good enough anymore.
That's true.
It's not good enough
It's
anymore.
just it's the easy way out
Yeah.
saying that, oh, it wasn't my intentions.
Is like, and that's supposed to make me feel better
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, that doesn't
Yeah.
take away from my feeling and that
Exactly.
doesn't take away from this like innate thing
Hmm.
that came upon me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, that's a very good point because it's almost like apologizing without showing any action of whatever it is that
Hmm.
you're voicing. I think people need to just why are people so afraid to have a conversation? You know what I mean? I just feel like and I'm not putting it past me, myself. I'm talking when I say like everyone, like I feel like people are afraid to have a conversation because nobody wants to be confrontational. Nobody wants to step on each other's toes. Nobody wants to, but we have to get to a point where we just say no the first time
Yeah.
and we don't get, keep brushing it off and you're like, oh, maybe they'll change or, oh, no, it's like the first time when you felt that way, say it the first time. And I'm
Yeah.
saying this for myself too,
Yeah.
because I really do need to set my boundaries for, as am open to dating or whatever the case may be. Um, I need to say no the first time
Yeah.
and stand by it
Yeah.
and not and it's okay if I do it afraid.
Yeah.
Like I say, even if you're afraid, still do it.
Still do it.
Yeah, because otherwise it's like nobody else is going to set those boundaries for you.
Yeah.
And then
I think people will respect you more though too. Like
that's true.
even your future, what dating
Mhm.
looks like just to respect, like, oh, you know what? I really like someone who stand on their,
Mhm.
the current term, stand on
Yeah,
business.
say exactly. Say
You know what I mean?
say what you mean what you say,
Yeah.
and say and do it the first time. Like if you
Yeah.
say you're gonna do something, do it. Like
Mm-hmm.
don't sell a story.
Don't sell a story.
Don't be trying to sell a story. Nobody's got time for storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, as we're telling a
Yeah.
story.
That's funny. Is that what you call a pun? I don't know. Anyway, that was totally wrong. Oopsie
No,
doopsie.
it might be right. I don't know. I'm not sure
I'm
actually.
still
I
trying to
had to I had to
understand how.
ponder on that.
Oh goodness! It's bum bum bum.
No, it's supposed to be.
Oh shit! Oh, what was I
You were
thinking?
doing the. Wait, what is that? Dun, 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 dun. What is that? That's Dawn. No, it's a commercial.
It is, and I don't know why I can't. Yeah,
Anywho's,
yeah, yeah.
do you need more sparkling cider?
Yes, I would like some
Okay.
sparkling cider as we toast to
Right.
non-alcoholic. So Amber
Yeah.
has been sober for X amount of years.
Over
I'm
2 years.
over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
That is a celebration.
It is.
I do drink still, but I do take such pride in having non-alcoholic
Mm-hmm.
drinks and just being high off life and celebratory in that way,
Well, you were never a big drinker anyway.
No, no, I'm not a big drinker, but I
Yeah.
do, I do enjoy some wine from time to time.
Yeah. See, you were always the responsible one.
Really?
The-
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like
Compared to me,
I feel like sometimes I was always the scared one. I was always the
oh,
scared one.
I could see that.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes I feel like, oh gosh, I feel like we're going back to healing. But
Mm.
sometimes I feel like I through the years have not been like the biggest risk taker or the biggest that because I almost feel like I didn't know I if I fell, who would I fall? Who would I lean
Who would
on?
you lean? Yeah.
And
Yeah. No,
stuff. And
that's
it's just
understandable.
like, yeah. So I think sometimes the thought in the back of my head was always like, don't mess anything up. And till this
Mm.
day, I still kind of feel that way.
And that's like you were saying. You think it's a trauma
Yeah,
response almost in a way.
I think it's a trauma response of being in foster care and not like having parents to like lean on. And then
Mm-hmm.
like because I still somewhat feel that way, like both my parents today
Right.
they are not someone I could,
Mm-hmm.
naturally go and
Mm-hmm.
ask for help
Mm-hmm.
or for money, and they're in completely different states. One is in a, in a not in the most mentally
Yeah.
good headspace, and another one just, he just be trying to live his life.
Yeah.
We're friends, really.
I feel like I'm in the same boat.
Mm.
I don't know what's caused me to be on the other side of life of being fuck it. YOLO. I'm a, I'm a I'm a ball out even when I'm not balling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Girl, like I literally had that same thought yesterday. I was like, you know what? It's time for this whole like thing to be over. I'm
yeah.
over it.
I don't know what's caused me to be on that side though. I don't know if it's because I mean you did have your son young.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that might have also had, you had to have more responsibilities.
Yeah.
Whereas I didn't then. It
But
was
like
just
even
me.
before though,
Yeah, that's true.
even
True.
before,
That's true.
because
Yeah.
this is what I could think of.
Mm.
So here,
I just had a visual.
I'm thinking about all of our 18-year-old club nights
Yep,
going to
yep.
Jack in the Box.
Oh my god.
And Amber always had us. She always had
Yeah.
us.
I was never. It was.
Kudos to
I'm
kudos
just.
to her. She
I mean,
always took care of me. But
I.
she
Yeah.
always, she's like, what you want to eat? And then back in my head, I was like, I have some money. I just don't, I don't want to spend
I
it because I'm
know.
afraid.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid to spend
I
it.
think I knew that though. I don't think you. I don't know if you ever voiced it then, but I think I knew. I must have known or felt to that because it
That,
was never. It was never a sense of like. I don't know. I just feel
yeah.
like if you're with me, I'm always gonna have you.
Yeah.
You
That
know what I
is,
mean? Like
yeah.
I just, and that's just how I've always been. I mean, that's how it
Yeah.
was with my ex. Like
Yeah.
if I got it, you got it. Like I'm a
You've
giver.
always been that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big giver, but I also feel like since I am a big giver, I receive.
Yeah.
And so I just don't. I have my moments of being afraid.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I do. I have my moments of like, oh my god, like should I be doing this? Should I have spent that? Should I have da 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 da? But then I always remember, like, Amber, you always figure it out. Amber, it's always fine.
Mm-hmm.
It always works out, you know. I'm never without,
Mm-hmm.
and I just try to stay in that mindset. Whether that's being Delulu or not, it's worked for me.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still here, right? Still thriving.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
my face clear.
Yeah.
My sleep is
I mean, well,
yeah. We working on it.
Yeah, right. So I got a little makeup on today. I got bags, so, you know. She's almost 8 months, and you know what? She's doing better though.
Oh,
but I mean, it's still.
Well,
Yeah.
mine is not. He's
Oh, no.
a year and a half, and
do they have that sleep regression or whatever it's called at
I feel
around
like
that
the
time?
only time Dion had his sleep regression was at 10 months, but it was because they like to call them leaps. So
They
like
call them what?
leaps,
Oh.
like basically when there's like when babies are going through a developmental,
Oh, okay.
it's
like the next stage or
the next
whatever.
stage, yeah. They go. It's almost like it's too much for their body to handle. They got so much energy, they don't know what to do with it. And so I feel like, and the reason why I said 10 months was because that was the time where he finally started to get up. When he was like in the past, we used to lay him down in his crib. He would cry it out, but he was just a sack of potatoes crying out, But the second he knew how to like crawl and get up on his knees and get up on his feet, that's when I could not get him to sleep.
Boy, oh boy. So I just have, it's coming then.
I mean, that was my experience. So I hope you have a better experience. But
Lord Jesus.
Yeah. I would just say, so I don't know, like, because they say, the regression also happened in 4 months. I don't know. Honestly, I felt like Dion never really slept well between 1 month to like 4 or 5.
Oh, so it's just kind of just been his sleep in general hasn't.
Yeah, because he's always slept.
Same.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's been kind of the same. He's always slept in the bed with us. It's only as of recently, I want to say maybe the last 2 or 3 months, he finally slept in the crib by himself, but he still doesn't sleep by himself the full night. He starts there the first part of the night, and then he ends up in the bed.
See, I am a little afraid of that because Jade sleeps with me, and I don't know at what point that's going to change, especially since, I mean, I'm, whatever. But I guess one day maybe it will change, but I just feel like that's going to be a hard transition.
I mean, we went to the pediatrician the other day, and she was like, yeah, you probably will get a little bit better sleep if, he was in his own room. And Daniel and I, we were in there, we were both like, oh boy. The thought of even Dion being in his own room, it's just too much anxiety.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
My pediatrician also told me, this is when she was I think she was 6 months, 5 or 6. No, 6. It was 6 months. And she basically just told me to just let her cry it out. And I don't
that's hard for me.
I can't do it.
Yeah, that's hard for me.
Yeah. And for her to be in her own bed in another room.
So, okay. I feel like we're going down another.
Yeah, we're
going there, right? So why do you feel like that's hard for you?
To let her cry? Ooh, because it I feel like the first thing that comes to mind, honestly, is making me think of my own childhood of
I
not
knew we
being
were getting
tended
there.
to. Yeah, I don't ever want her to experience what I feel like I experienced, regardless if it's true or not.
Yeah.
What I feel about my childhood and whatnot. Um, I just can't, I literally physically can't do it.
Yeah.
Like I tried.
Yeah. No, there is a biology to all of this.
Yeah, I tried one time,
Yeah.
maybe twice, and I cried.
Yeah.
I let her cry for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
She wasn't, going to sleep.
Yeah.
She wasn't just,
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
calm herself.
Yeah.
And then when you really think about it, they
They
don't
don't
even
have the
have the
ability.
ability to do that. So
Yeah.
I don't even understand why they thought that that's a good idea to just let your baby cry to sleep. Yeah, if she's like, I'll let her kind of be like whiny fussy, but that's next to me. And I'll kind of let her like, I won't be holding her, but I'll give her, because she drinks out of sippy cups now.
Mm.
And so
Good for you,
yeah,
mama.
yeah. So I'm about to transition to all sippy cups, but she kind of still gets the bottle sometimes, like in the middle of the night. But mainly she drinks out of sippy cups, so she's feeding herself,
Yeah.
and so that helps her to kind of wind down, and she doesn't really need me to comfort her as long as she's like next to me or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like my way of putting her to sleep by herself in
Yeah.
a sense. But I'm still right there,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to just let them sleep in a room by themselves.
Just be doing life by themselves.
Right.
Just
I'm not even trying to do life by myself. And I'm a whole 34-year-old woman. Like, and you expect my 6-month-old baby
yes.
to figure out her life by herself
Yes.
in that moment.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. No, sir. No, anyone.
Mm-mm.
So to give context, I have a 14-year-old and I have a 1.5-year-old. And I will say I am seeing some of the things that I did with my 14-year-old and how it played out in our relationship.
Interesting, yeah.
And part of it, and maybe some of what I'm feeling too is just also just the natural woes of 14 and teenagers don't want to touch you or whatever. But I started thinking to myself, I was like, when was the last time I truly like hugged my son?
Oh.
Like without Dion, I feel like we were starting to become a family of like no touchy.
Yeah. Oh man. That's triggering.
Yeah. That's why
Yeah, that's kind of triggering.
I love who I am.
Yeah.
With Dion right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because so my husband, when we first met, he was super touchy.
Mm-hmm.
He always used to find ways to like touch my hand, touch my knee and stuff like that. And I always just like, can you stop? Like, but because I did it for so long, my husband stopped doing it. But then I start realizing I stopped giving Nemo hugs. And I don't remember when I started doing that.
When it happened.
Yeah.
And you know that why that is too, right?
Enlighten me.
Because similar I didn't get affection like that growing up, and I'm obviously, that's not to make an assumption, but I'm assuming that's the same for you. So we grow up not getting that affection, and it becomes normal to us. So when someone does go, because I went through this too with not the baby dad but the ex, in the beginning, and it would trigger me to the point where I felt it was almost gross. Like I almost felt like disgusted with myself, like when somebody would try to show me affection. And that is definitely a trauma response, because it's like you're not used to someone showing you that love and affection in that way, actually physically touching, when we all do need this. We do all need it. But when you're not used to not getting it, it's so foreign to you. It is so foreign, and it feels wrong. And that's the only way I can really explain it, is that it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I think it takes you have to heal from it, because it's not going to be, it'll be the same thing with another person and another
Right.
person and another person. It's internal. Um, but I do think it's good that you're acknowledging it, because you still have time to change that.
Yeah. Well,
You know?
and kind of going back to the whole cried out thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it's just like helping. I feel like we as parents that went through the lack of touch and the
Yeah.
lack of affection,
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's so triggering for us
Mm-hmm.
with our children when we see our children just literally like doing it by themselves, because we're like, man, I don't want you to
Yeah.
learn to not rely on
Yep.
me.
Yep.
I don't want that to be something that you build upon.
Right.
And so, with Dion, I try to do everything I can just to do
Mm-hmm.
like little touches, like,
Mm-hmm.
I always scratch his head.
Same here. Jade loves that.
Yeah.
She freaking,
And he just be doing his own thing. It's
uh-huh.
just like, just scratch his
Yeah, I
head.
just be rubbing her hair.
Yeah.
Like, I just play in her hair, and I just do. And what's so funny is I noticed that, like, our wind down time, like when we're in bed, but she's still kind of playing. I love this moment, because she's independent.
Yeah.
She's doing her own thing. She's playing with her. She's like into her stuffed animals now. So she has
Oh.
like some stuffed animals, and she has this like cute little doll that she rattles around. But she'll be like kicking me, or
Yeah.
like something has to still touch me.
Yeah.
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 But she's like still playing, but she'll just be her feet just
Yeah.
kicking me.
Yeah.
She still wants to feel that I'm around.
Yeah.
But she just wants to do her own thing. And I absolutely, that is like my favorite time of the day.
Yeah.
Since we're kind of talking about motherhood already, what does specifically being a Black mom, what are like some challenges that you feel like you have encountered? Or, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be being a Black mom, but like motherhood in general. But I am kind of saying Black motherhood. But
So I would say there's probably more context for me on Black motherhood when it comes to my teenager.
mm-hmm.
But when it comes to like my infant, or no, I guess he's a toddler now. When it comes to my toddler, I think just motherhood in general.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Motherhood in general is just really tiring.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird. I think if I only had a toddler, I would probably feel a lot more disdain for this like level in my life. But because I have both a teenager and a toddler,
Yeah.
I feel like, yes, it's physically tired with a toddler, but it's mentally tired with a teenager.
I could understand that. Yeah.
That whole, even as we're growing out of young adulthood, one of the biggest things, you said it earlier, mean what you say what you mean. Like, we're not in the position of wanting to play games, mental games. Don't lie to me, don't do this. Well, I have to deal with that every day with this teenager.
Yeah.
And it's always such a mental battle, and it's a lot of negotiation. It's a lot of, and so then where does Black mother come in? I think Black mother comes in that my son is a semi adult.
Yeah.
He is in this weird transition. He's too old to be a little kid and do little kid things, but he's still too young to
quite be
doing things, everything by himself.
Right.
And my fear for him is like, how are people going to view him? Because, one of the things that he wears do-rags every day, and
I didn't know that. Really?
Yes, girl.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not for like how I don't know. You know what? Did your brothers ever wear do-rags?
I don't think so.
No. So why? I don't know if it's the reason why he doesn't wear do-rag, or the reason why he wears do-rags every day, is because I don't know if it's a fashion statement. I think it's really just to cover up his head, because because these haircuts are super expensive.
Oh yes, they are.
And I do not have the gift of being able to cut and blade, buzz or whatever. So that's really why he wears them.
Oh, okay.
The 16-year-old, I think he was 16 or 15. It happened like 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah, Trayvon Martin. Yeah, okay.
I feel like the whole Black mom, that's starting to like kind of seep in, because, He's growing. He's a teenager, and I
Mm.
think my fear is like, how are people going to view him?
Yeah, I can see how that'd be challenging having a
Yeah,
14-year-old and then also having a toddler because you're at two different
yeah, two
ends of the
different.
spectrum of
Yeah,
raising a child. Like,
yeah. I have to like be adaptable, like
mm-hmm.
knowing how to turn teenage mom
Yeah,
on, toddler mom on,
yeah,
and do it all at the same time.
yeah.
You know,
That's tough. That's like tug of war.
it's tug of war. It really
Yeah.
is. But yeah, so I think Black motherhood. That's where it kind of. I feel like I lean more towards as I'm
Mm-hmm.
watching, Nemo grow, and especially too because he's chocolate,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what issues, if any, what Dion will come across, but um, I just know he will have a different life. And
Yeah.
so that's the part that kind of makes me sad is I just want to make sure
Mm.
Nemo don't get lost
Right.
and
Keeping him
stuff.
on track and
Hmm. And yeah, so I mean, we're doing a few things right now just to kind of put him in the direction that we want. But I will say, as of recently,
mm-hmm.
I was actually just telling my dad this last night. I feel like for the first time in a long time, I really was like, everything's gonna be okay. And I have not
No.
felt that way in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, we went through a really rough patch. I think social media for all the parents out there, keep it away from your children as
Mm.
much as
Mm-hmm.
possible. But I think social media is growing our kids too
It
fast,
is.
and
Yeah.
it took me this much to realize that. But what's weird? I'm 35. I feel like I'm mature to be a parent to a 1.5-year old. But
Mm.
like, even though I'm 35, I still feel like a young mom to a 14-year-old because I
Mm-hmm.
was 20
Right.
when I had Nemo.
Right.
And I
No,
still at
you are
35,
still young
I'm still
for
young
yeah.
for him. So like,
Mm-hmm.
even at 35, I was like, some things just does not make sense to me,
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, I allowed him to have a phone at an early age. I
Mm-hmm.
allowed him to do a lot of these things, you know, independently believing
Mm-hmm.
I was like doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And we recently transferred his phone, and he got the whole T9 phone now, where he got to press the letter 3 times just to get to the letter E,
A
in order to text.
I remember them days.
Yes, and then we brought his computer out, and will I say, does he talk to us a lot when he's on his computer? No, but the difference is he's downstairs, we're all
Mm-hmm.
together.
Mm-hmm.
So when he does just say a little spurt, we're all together. I
That's
mean,
true.
I was making banana bread the other day. He came and tasted some of the batter,
Mm-hmm.
like just randomly, and so I just think like the uh like the connectivity is a
Mm-hmm.
lot better
Yeah.
now that we're downstairs all the time
Mm-hmm.
together. Um,
It's more like family time
it's
instead
more
of it
like
being
family. Yeah.
separate because
It,
we grew up pretty separate. There was no really coming together. Like
hmm
we ate dinner in our rooms half the time. Like
Yeah.
and I that's something that I want to make sure I change too. So it's like even though you're saying like, oh, it took you some time, but at least you got there.
Yeah.
Like it's not too late to make those changes and like to implement them
Yeah. Kind of
too.
course correct.
Yeah. As long
Yeah.
as I feel like it's just a saying, like when you know better, you do better, and
Yeah.
it's different if
True.
you know better and you're deciding to just turn the other way and ignore it. But if you're learning and feeling like okay, we should do this, go in this direction, you're doing it,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, you still are a young
Yeah.
mom because you
hmm
had him young, so it's like
Like, I don't know what the hell I'm
yeah,
doing.
I'm still trying to figure it out. Which I feel like even if you're older, you're still trying to figure
I
out what to
mean,
do.
there's that too. There is that too. But I feel like when you're older, you don't have as much second
Mm.
guessing.
No, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you're like, I don't know what I'm doing,
Mhm.
but you
But
know
you know
what?
what? I feel more mature in my
Or
decisions.
confident.
There we go. That's
Yes.
probably more what it
Confident
is.
in my
Because for me,
decisions.
I feel like having Jade at 34,
Hmm
um, and I had just turned 34.
That's right.
Yeah.
Summer babies.
Yeah. I feel like there's no way. I don't think I could have done it. I mean, obviously, I would have done it if I had,
Yeah.
if I was younger, but The challenges now, I'm just like, holy shit, how did you guys do this in your early 20s, in your teen, some in their teens, they're 18,
Mhm.
17, 16. How?
Survival.
Sway, how? Because,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
the challenges now at almost 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
And I still have those challenges even though I have Dion. And it's crazy. And I think, and I will preface this by saying I think I'm coming from a place of privilege, but Daniel has Dion 2 days a week by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I have Dion by myself for 1 day. And I notice and that's on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
I notice every Sunday I'm always depressed.
Mm.
Every Sunday. And it's crazy because I
Oh.
love him so
No,
much.
yeah, it doesn't mean
But
that, yeah, yeah.
but I'm always depressed. And I ask myself, I'm like, why do I feel depressed? And I tell my husband this all the time. I'm like, because it makes me feel like I'm doing it by myself. And all I got is 1 day.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
All I have
Girl,
is 1 day.
when I have Jade, like,
So
fully for, like, I'm off on my bonding,
so
my
when
Lord
you
Jesus.
when you tell me like it was hard, I said,
Yeah.
girl, I know because if it's hard for me for 1 day, one,
Yeah, I almost thought that I was like, I can't do this. I
yeah,
almost got to a point where I thought that I don't think I can do this. But I mean, what am I gonna do?
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I gotta do it.
yeah,
But I think that's where it comes in where I can't allow myself to get to a point where I'm gonna break and
yeah,
then say I need help. And I
yeah.
learned that already. Because what's the last bonding? I forget. Um, my mom had to go train for work, and what I should have done was I probably should have asked my aunt or somebody to come over and help on the weekend or something so that I could get a little break, and I didn't. um and I got to a breaking point where I was just like, oh my god, this is too much.
Mm-hmm.
One of the challenges, and that's, I would say that that's probably one of the challenges for me, is that, but also I run into like people, my everyday work, whatever, who ask me, like, oh, how's it going or whatever, and they know I'm a single mom. I think the challenge for me is like people assuming that since I'm a black single mom, that I'm just okay. Oh, you're doing it. You're so strong, and like, oh, you're doing so great. And I'm like, y'all don't really know
Yeah,
how the struggle it is for me daily.
yeah,
It's like, no, I don't want to be a strong black woman. Like, we've
yeah,
talked about this before. Like, I don't want that title. I didn't ask for that title.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so don't, and I actually make a point now to say, like, well, no.
yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm doing it, but I have my challenges and I struggle. Like, it's hard. I know I put on face,
Mm-hmm.
and I come in here every day, and I, show up to work on time, and do what I need to do, but don't get it twisted. Like, I didn't ask for this title.
Yeah. There is, so you say single mom, but I feel like there's a lot of mothers who are married who still also
Mm,
carry a lot of the load.
yeah.
And so, the one
Yeah.
of the, yes, social media, there's good and bad to it, right? And
Yeah.
in these later years of my life, I have tried to do the best of social media, like just let me learn as much as I can
Mm-hmm.
because it's almost like another Google, right?
It is.
But let me laugh too. And there was this dad who was carrying a baby and speaking into the ring,
Mm-hmm.
like camera and stuff because mom was like away on vacation or something.
Oh.
He's walking through, with the baby in one hand, and I don't know if he had groceries or something else in the other hand. And he's like, "Hey, I hope you're doing good, doing
Yeah.
well or whatever." He's like, "But this shit is hard." He quickly turned. He's like, "This shit is hard." He's like, all he had was a baby who can't do nothing yet.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just,
No,
it's
but
just funny.
every task that I have to do now
Yeah.
it is however much times harder.
Hmm.
Anything I need to do, anything I need to go, anywhere I need to go, I got a plan. I can't just get up and go. Woo! Get up
It's
and go. Get up and
this is the baby's world. We're just living in it.
yeah,
Really.
literally,
Yeah.
literally, and it's And it's so funny because, all these years I've been able to just get up and go and
Yeah.
like, and I'm not gonna say I didn't appreciate it because I definitely did. I lived my life, I had my fun, I did
Yeah.
my partying and all that. So it's not like I don't miss that. I don't miss the partying and the drinking and none of that. I just think it's just a challenge for me.
Yeah.
Some days are good days where it's like she's good. She's not, maybe her teeth isn't hurting from teething and whatnot, and everything flows good. But then you have those days where it just seems like the whole day is a challenge,
Yeah.
and she's teething, so she's whiny and fussy, and she's not really eating, and then she's tired. But then it's like they like they don't go to sleep though.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Like they're tired and fussy and angry, but then they don't go to sleep.
Yeah.
But then
Once 8 o'clock, once 8:30 passes, and if Dion's not to bed
yeah,
by 8:30, oh man,
yep.
it's a
Mm-hmm.
done deal. It takes over an hour just
Yeah.
to get him
Yeah.
to.
Once you're off a little bit,
Yeah.
it throws the whole day off.
Yeah.
So I usually know when I go pick her up from my mom's, I ask, like, oh, did she sleep? Did she this? Did she that? And she'll be like, oh, no, she didn't really sleep. I'm like,
Well, there's my night.
alrighty,
Like,
let me make some coffee.
right.
Guess there's no sleep for me today. After I just worked.
You know what? I should have texted you before I
Right?
got here, so I could have stopped by the store and
Like,
got me.
for real.
Yeah.
For real. So now I just kind of know, like, I ask those questions so I can mentally
Yeah.
prepare myself for what kind of a evening
Yeah.
it's going to be.
Yeah.
And I think those are probably really my challenges. And obviously, doing it by myself and not really having somebody to like
Lean
talk
on.
to and lean on, and just like even just to complain to you,
Yeah.
like I have people I can complain to, but it's not the same
Yeah.
thing. But other than that, I just think it's more so just of the being perceived as a strong black
Do you
independent
think?
woman.
Do you think in 2024 there's still a high level of Black single moms?
I don't know,
Hmm.
because I feel like
I guess it also depends on where you live
the
too.
demographic, yeah. It definitely does. I feel like it does depend on where you live, because I do feel like I see, and obviously social media, who knows
Right.
the percentage and whatnot, but I feel like black women are going in a different direction. I'm not mad at it, but I'm like, oh, so this is what
I
I feel like
mean,
black women are really trying to come into their soft girl era.
mhm.
We're kind of just like, you know what? I deserve this. It's not like standards going up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they are.
the standards are going up. And I think women in general, I do notice it is women in general, but I do see a lot of black women specifically that are like,
They're starting to dibble dabble.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They're finding love in all kinds of areas,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's the same.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's the movement right now for black women. I think black women are like,
They're like,
no,
I'm over this shit.
yeah, I don't want to be the single,
Yeah.
independent, overly masculine
Yeah.
woman anymore.
You gotta be
I want to be
everything.
soft. I want to be feminine. I want to be taken care of, looked after. I want partnership. I want, companionship and all that. And I think they're finding love,
Yeah.
and I don't think it is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not in 2024.
I don't think so.
So there was something you said, oh, dang, I want to. Oh, you were saying about how you did your party phase
Mm-hmm.
and all that. And you were like, it's not like you miss it. So one of the things that my husband and I, we converse about quite often is, and I don't know why he always says this because it ain't like he lived a super exciting life himself, but he always says like, no, you didn't get a chance to like, have fun, at when you were a kid or
You're
basic. Basically, okay, let me try to start over.
okay.
But like, because I had Nemo so young, I feel like I
Mm.
did miss out a lot
Mhm.
on doing young people stuff,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know. And to give context, my husband is the love of my life. However, he's a bit square. Okay. So I feel like that's why I say I don't really feel like he always had a whole lot of fun,
Yeah.
but and to him, he does feel
Okay.
like he
Yeah.
had,
Okay. Oh, that's good.
he got a chance to like live his life
Yeah.
and stuff. And so I do feel like sometimes I'm always trying to get back or regain
Some of that.
some of that I missed out on,
I could see that. Yeah.
And so for you, even though you got a chance to do all of those
Mhm.
things and then had Jade at 34, do you feel like you still want to go back, or do you feel like,
I feel like
or I guess the best way I could say is like, do you feel whole or complete, or do you feel like you missed out on something?
oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's a different question.
I feel like I don't want to go back or anything, because I don't think I ever can, because it was my partying and drinking days were coming from trauma, and I didn't realize it then, but looking back, it definitely was. So I know that I can never go back to that. Now, I do want to redefine what is fun for me now as someone who does not drink, as a mom, and someone obviously in, mid 30s. Like, I want to redefine what fun is for me. And so I'm not saying that I'll never ever go to a club. I'll never, do anything. So I'm not even saying that I'll never drink again. That's just something right now, this time right now. And it could be the case too. I don't know. But I don't miss the fact of, this might sound a little harsh, but I don't mean this in a harsh way. I don't miss my old life. I don't miss the people I was around. I don't miss what I was doing then. I don't miss it because I feel like it was all a facade.
Oh,
And
interesting.
I think we were all dealing with our own whatever, our own demons at the time, because we were all so drunk all the time. So I feel like it wasn't real. Like, and that's, like I said, it probably sounds really harsh for me to say.
So a lot of the people that you were with, did you ever have time with them when you were sober?
Not really.
Interesting.
Not really. That was why I came to that conclusion, because I'm like, we didn't just do things just, whatever. There was times I brought up like, oh, maybe we could do something like this, or oh, maybe we could, I was always trying to do something creative. I was always, and nobody, we would say the things, but it would never happen
Yeah.
because everybody was too focused on drinking.
Just
And
pipe dreams just
yeah,
flying away in the
yeah,
wind.
yeah. Like, I feel like all those years I could have accomplished so much if I would have stopped partying and actually really focus on the things that I wanted to do. And you know what, whatever what, maybe it wasn't my time, maybe it was something I needed to learn in the midst of it, but that's what I think about.
But that's how you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, like when it comes to like your destiny and stuff, because even in those areas where, oh gosh, I don't know why these like visions always come to my brain, but like I almost think of you being like in a dark space, being in this little small, like, hello, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Hi, I want to do this.
No, literally.
It's
Yeah.
like, this is my dream. I'm holding on to it. Is anybody there? Is anybody listening? Who's going to grab me out of it? So it's just like
What's
this.
crazy? You saying that, I literally, before you got here, I watched this video on TikTok, and she's like, because I listen to tarot and all that stuff,
Yeah, right.
and she was saying something of that sort, literally talking about looking at the light at the end of the tunnel. And she was like, and you got all these people. That's so crazy.
That is
She's like,
crazy.
you got all these people grabbing at you, pulling you down, basically, and you're literally trying to get to something, and you wasn't able to.
You weren't able to.
And I wasn't. Yeah.
But even though you were trying to get to something, but it was always meant for you.
Yeah.
It was always meant for you, because even in those like areas where you weren't able to be fully yourself or transparent, there was always little things that peaked. They will surface, and then based on the responses, they will hide right back in. Right?
Yep.
So it's just like, hey, do you want to do this? Yeah. No. Let's party. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, I would always mention it. Like, hey, like, we could be, especially like the people I was around are like, people were talented. It wasn't like there was not, like, it was just me that was creative. I was around creative people. And I was just like, man, we could have been doing so much, like between all of us, and then the space we were in. We had the space, and it was just, nobody focused on it. And that's okay. Like I said, and I'm not saying this in like a hard will, like no ill will or any attention, like nothing like that, but just realizing and looking at myself, I needed it.
Yeah.
This is something I need. This is not something I'm just saying just to say for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
This is something I need, something I want to do, something I'm feeling called to do.
Yeah.
All the above. And years later, for me to still trying to kick off my creativity in any kind of way, I just know I'm supposed to be doing it. And
You have been
yeah.
creative since the day I've known you
Mm,
in so many forms, so many different
yeah.
outlets,
Yeah.
you know? And I just feel like you're like, God damn it, it's my turn
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Even leading up to this, I was just like, oh man, like, I was nervous and I was
I
just
was say, I was like, I was getting ready to check in. I was like, girl, you looking real relaxed right now.
I'm good now, but like
Yeah.
at first I'm just like leaning up. So I was like, I gotta make sure this is working.
Yeah.
And then I think also what stops me is not having the best equipment. Like
Yeah.
I don't have fancy this
No, but
and
this
that.
is
I don't
cute.
have,
I see
you know
you.
what I mean? Yeah, I don't. But then I was like reminding myself, I don't need to have it.
No.
And when I do is when I'm supposed to have it.
Yeah. But I
You
will
know?
say for the listeners out there, if you can see what I see, there's a lot going on. This look legit. You know, look real official, legitimate podcaster. Okay. Okay.
And I just think sometimes I just need to give myself more credit too. Like I overanalyze everything and I don't like something my mom had said too. I don't know what she was looking at, but she was like saying something like, Amber, this job, something, something, like you've been doing this. Like
Mm-hmm.
you've been doing this over here and you're just doing it just to do it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't ever think about it like that.
Mm.
Because it doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel like it's work. And that's how I know I'm supposed to be doing it because this is something I want to do.
Yeah.
And then something else I was thinking of too was like, if somebody were to ask me, like, oh, what is it that you do for work?
Mm.
So which one? The one that I pay my bills with or the one that I do for fun?
Mm.
And that's just kind of where I'm at in my headspace right now. It's
But you
fine to
still can
have
say
both.
both.
Yeah, exactly.
You have the
Yeah,
ability to say
literally.
both. You're like, well, you know,
Yep.
I do this for fun. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the thing, a lot of people, including myself, a lot of people can't even say what hobbies they have.
Mm.
Because what do I
Mm.
do? What do I do when I come home? I come home and I go to work and I come home and I go to work and I do that on repetition.
Yeah.
I don't, you know,
That for me is what gets scary for me.
yeah,
I don't like.
yes. And I am trying
Oh,
to dig myself out of a hole so badly
yeah.
because I'm like, there is so much to life,
There is.
so
There
much more
is.
to life.
Yeah.
I'm just wasting it away, you know? No, I mean you do this side, but
Yeah.
this is what you have. This is your
Yeah.
thing.
And it doesn't.
And it doesn't feel like work. It's
No.
fun. It's your adult play. Your
Yeah,
adult
yeah, yeah,
playtime.
yeah. See, but I want, and that lets me know too, is like, I want to bring people in like you that
Yeah.
feel that way, that aren't, feel like they're not doing anything. I want to bring people in to
Yeah.
my space
Yeah.
to do creative things, to like, I don't even want this to be it. I don't know what that looks like, but there's a lot of people out there who don't know what they want to do, but they want to do something.
Yeah.
They don't mind trying something out for the first time, or sometimes it just takes somebody to push them to be like, hey, like I've been trying to get my coworkers. I've been trying to get my coworkers to come on my podcast, and we'll see. I don't know. I have asked them again, but
Mm,
um, just because I just think it would be really funny. Like
yeah.
they're a good group, and we just be bullshitting, and you know how
Yeah.
I am with guys.
Right, right, right,
Like it
right.
just,
Yeah.
for me, it's just so fitting. So maybe one day, if they happen to hear this, y'all know who you are. I don't even have to
Calling
mention the
you out.
names, but I'm calling y'all out. I'm calling all three of y'all out. All three of y'all know who you are.
Yeah.
If you happen to listen,
That's funny.
I'm waiting. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna see where it goes.
Yeah.
If I don't start somewhere, if I don't continue, it can't go anywhere.
Yeah. And I mean, you see where it goes. It's going
Yeah.
places now.
Yeah.
It's out there.
That's true. It is
You know
out
what I
there
mean?
in the universe.
It is out there. Okay.
It is out there in the universe.
recorded recorded for everybody to see, to share, to
Yeah.
reshare. It's
Yeah,
already out
that's
there.
true. That
You know,
is
because
very true.
the important piece was you getting your creativity out. So the fact that you're doing it, who cares what the other responses are?
What does 35 feel like for you?
Mm.
And then a second question to that would be like, do you have any personal goals that you don't mind sharing?
Mm.
that you kind of want to work on this month, this year, in life in general? What's it feeling like?
Well, I guess my personal goal, you know what's crazy? As I'm getting older, I'm realizing things are becoming less monetary.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be in a life where I'm not easily triggered.
Mm-hmm.
So like triggers can come, but I
Mm-hmm.
can talk through them. Like
Yeah.
literally, I was just thinking about this on my way here. I had, let my husband know about something yesterday. And I think in a different time, I probably would have been telling him with me yelling or with crying.
Mm.
But I was expressing my anger, but I wasn't angry. I was talking like this.
Oh,
And so I was like, that is a good place to
it
be
is.
where you're like truly expressing, or you're not
Mm-hmm.
easily like bothered.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're bothered enough where you can communicate it, but you're not bothered enough where like it is giving you a physical reaction.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
And when you're able to communicate like that, I feel like the message is received
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
They can actually hear you
To me,
too.
and what does 35 look like? I still just feel like a big old kid
Yeah.
trying to grow up. That's what I feel like. I feel like my outer appearance looks like I'm a grown woman, but mentally, I just feel like a big kid. And, a lot of people have been asking, like, at work, like, oh, what is your husband going to do? Or what is he going to surprise you with? And I said, you know what? He's not going to surprise me with nothing, because I have the right I have the right to say what I want to do for my birthday.
That's true. Yeah.
And what he does, I love it when he does things for me, but sometimes I just want to do things my way.
And you got to do something for the first time. So this is something new for you, recording an episode
yes.
on a podcast.
Yes, exactly. So
Yep.
it's just like, and I was asking not asking, but my sisters were saying, what are you going to do for your birthday? I said, I'm going to a podcast and I'm recording. And I think part of it too is just like, I just want to be around people that I love, laugh. I really just want to, maintain my relationships. That's really just what I want to do. Maintain my relationships. Like, I'm trying to go outside of this whole go to work, come home, go to work and come home, eat, sleep, and repeat. I'm trying to get out of that rhythm. And yeah, I'm just going to go wherever it goes, wherever the wind takes me.
You were just saying.
I know.
I was like, Tori, she's gonna fuck up some things. She's gonna fuck it up.
I was like, I'll start, but then I can't finish. Oopsies. But yeah, so I think that's where I'm at with what does 35 look like for me is just let loose and just have fun. Like, there's already so much going on in this world right now, and the last thing I need is to be carrying the world's problems on my shoulders.
That's true. That is, to bounce off of that a little bit. Yeah, that's my number one reason why. And whatever, people can
do what you do, say what you say,
do what you do with it. But that's why I cannot watch the news.
Yeah,
I cannot.
Yeah,
I have enough going on in my own little
world. I got
world.
enough going on.
I can't carry everything, as I shouldn't, as nobody should in the first place. I can't be aware of everything.
Yeah.
And if I am aware of everything, then I'm going to be extremely depressed and anxious all the time. And I can't, when you're a mom, you can't be that. You can't.
How am I supposed to work on my soft girl era?
Thank you. Yo, that part right there.
Right.
How are you going to work on your soft girl era if you're trying to
solve everybody else's problems?
Yeah, and solve everybody else's problems. That's another thing too. I'm like,
yeah,
it don't involve me. Just don't even involve me.
As you sip your.
If it don't involve me, it don't involve me.
Yeah, I'll be in my little corner just trying to rejuvenate over here.
No, really, I think this was a great return to my podcast.
Yeah,
having you on, and I definitely think
I felt delighted.
There's so much I know that we can talk about, but we're not gonna be able to talk about it all in one episode. All right, you guys, it's been your girl Amber Lachey and
Victoria, aka Tori.
We'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.